It's Columbus radio at its finest.
They like it. That's where the support comes from.
I love WCBE, and I can't imagine Columbus without it.
I'll just ask you.
Yeah. I like your hat, by the way.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
We miss John Prine. His
Oh,
son was
yeah.
just in here.
Oh, Tommy.
Yeah.
Yeah, how was he?
It was great.
Good.
It's a little emotional. More for
Yeah.
me, I think.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, but. And now we are live in Studio A with the bones of J.R. Jones. Welcome to our little studio here.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, I'm so happy to have you. I know last time through, you couldn't make it. The timing just didn't work out.
Yeah,
so we appreciate you taking the time to do it.
My pleasure.
And actually, you were just saying you were sick that day. So
I was pretty under the weather that night, that's for sure. Yeah.
I'm glad you're feeling better.
Me too. Me too.
It's great to have you here.
Thank you.
We've got this new album to talk about, Slow Lightning.
Yes.
And let's get warmed up with a song, and we'll come back and
Let's do
talk about it.
A little song called Animals. I can't wait for night to fall. I can't wait to be someone new. And I'll put my mask on and I'm gonna dance to the blues. Oh, you'll see me out your window. You find me down at the bar. And I'm just your lonely boy, always wishing on a star, yeah. Lord, animals always seem to know my name. Lord, animals always know the only reason I came. Well, my heart's just trying to kill me. It always vibrates above. And always grand oceans, but a place in the mud. Won't you please just walk me home? I don't know the way. And I love some company, but I'm asking you to stay now. And all the animals always seem to know my name. And all the animals always know the only reason I came.
It's the bones of J.R. Jones joining us live from Studio A, the lead-off track, Animals. And I guess let's start with, is this where you remember lying in bed in the dark hearing the coyotes? Is that what stems to this song? Or is it a different song on the album?
Man, that was
Well, tell us about that. Yeah.
There's a song, The Flood, was the inspiration for that one. Yeah.
Okay.
This one, I guess they all have similar themes, I suppose. So you could probably connect the dot to this as well. Yeah.
Well, go ahead and tell us about that experience. That
Oh
night.
yeah, well I live in upstate New York in the Western Catskills, and it's pretty rural up there. We're kind of isolated, and one of the most beautiful things about it, I guess, is that especially during the spring season and the summer season, we get to hear a lot of coyotes laugh, or what I call it laughing, howling and yipping in the field next to us, and it's so ominous, and it always seems to happen at dusk, because that's kind of like when they're most active, and yeah, it was just that sort of moment, that sort of feeling, that sort of like ominous, sort of overwhelming, awe-inspiring feeling is behind a lot of these songs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tell us about the transition from Brooklyn to the Catskills, right?
Sure. Yeah. So I grew up in central New York, which is not far from where I live right now, but I did move down to Brooklyn for on and off for about 18 years or so.
Long time.
And I was fortunate enough, and that I was able to buy an old farmhouse back in 2016, and my wife and I have been working on it since. And we were kind of waffling, between Brooklyn and Delhi, where we live now, and 2020 came around, and it just felt like a good opportunity to, get out of the city, I guess. Yeah, we just kind of made the move permanent and don't look back. Yeah.
So what was it? Was there a struggle in that transition to?
Yeah. Well,
writing?
I think I love the city dearly, and in a different way than how I love where I live now. But if I was to try to pinpoint something I miss, the struggle that I was feeling pretty acutely at that point was that the city always has this sort of vibration happening in it, and it's always this creative energy that's good or bad, but it always flows, it's just on your doorstep. You walk out your front door, and it's sitting right there ready to take you. So I struggled to find, being upstate full time, and especially like during the isolation periods and stuff like that, you struggle to I had a hard time finding something to feed that life, that side of me, I guess. And so
it was different than the norm, I guess.
oh yeah,
for you.
absolutely,
Just-
absolutely, yeah. And so it was an adjustment for sure.
But you found your way.
Yeah, or just power through it. Yeah, I just put my head down, and yeah, didn't for better or for worse. Yeah.
Well, we love this new album,
Thank
and
you.
we're grateful that you took the time to do this for us, and just kind of where are you headed? Obviously, not playing it tonight. You played a
No,
couple months
yeah.
ago.
Yeah. Well, it's been a busy fall. So not happily, but I'm pretty much done for this season. Tomorrow I'm in Nashville, but that's for another radio little thing, and but after that, I think there's probably some one-offs coming down the line. But January I'll be doing a tour through the Northeast, and then February is all West Coast, and hope to get back to Ohio and this region.
Yeah, we want you back here,
probably
too.
like spring or summer or something like
Cool.
that. Yeah.
So talk about taking time off for the holidays, as we all hope we can do.
Yeah.
Are there any holiday traditions as a young boy, or anything that you've started, or is it just kind
Yeah.
of like,
Well, so no lack of traditions in my household. My wife is very she's married to tradition. Like, she loves it dearly. So if we do something once and she enjoys it, it happens every year.
nice?
But I grew up. My mother was Ukrainian, and we had a lot of holiday traditions. Just the type of food we'd make, and the mass that we would go to, and just midnight services, and pickled herring, and podori and holubshi and things like that, and just all that good food I still make now in the borscht.
So awesome.
Yeah, and beyond that, just watch a few movies. We try to see the Nutcracker, things
Yeah.
like that,
Some fun holiday
yeah,
stuff.
for sure.
I love that. Thank you
Yeah.
for sharing that
Yeah,
that story with us and your music with us today. It's the Bones of J.R. Jones, and there's no show tonight, unfortunately. He played a couple months ago, but as mentioned, hopefully
Yeah.
back in the spring or summer of
Absolutely.
2024. The new album Slow Lightning just came out on October 13th.
Friday the 13th.
Yeah, oh, that's right. What's this next one you're going to do for us?
I'm actually going to go back an album
Okay.
I'm going to do one off an EP I put out in 2021.
A celebration.
Yes, yes. Yeah. This one is a song called Bad Moves. And hopefully I don't mess it up. We'll find out. I want your bad moves, want your bad moves again. I wanna feel it crawling under my skin. Ain't you lonesome? Ain't you lonesome just like me? I wanna feel it out on the desert sea. Wanna hold your shine, hold your shine, hold your shine. No, no, no. And all your animals, all holy and true. By my tongue, leave me grinning like a fool. Put your heartbreak, put your heartbreak in my cup. Gonna keep you close, dear, and I'm gonna drink it up. Wanna hold your shine, hold your shine, hold your shine. No, no, no. No, no, no. Wanna hold your shine, hold your shine, hold your shine.
The Bones of J.R. Jones, live from Studio A, going back to the Celebration release from 2021, the latest that just came out in October on Friday the 13th, Slow Lightning. And we're happy to have him in the studio today. And I guess let's talk about the recording of this one.
Yeah.
Do you have studios at home or did you go elsewhere?
As always, I'm a fully independent artist, so it's always kind of a patchwork of studios, I guess. I would say that the live recording, the principal recording, if you will,
was done at a spot called Chiller Sound in Westchester, which was a beautiful sort of vaulted live room and like something I had never really experienced. But you know that that was only 4 or 5 days, and I have a very modest recording studio in my attic, which I can kind of do some overdubs at. And then my producer, my good friend Kiyoshi, and he's got kind of a more professional setup in his spot. So we kind of like piece it all together. I send him ideas, do some tracking in my spot, and he'll send me ideas back, and we kind of paste it all together.
Taking that raw stuff and
Yeah, exactly.
putting it all together. It's so
Exactly.
cool. I just
Yeah.
love it. I love the sound. And
Thank you.
well, what attracted to you in the first place? I know before getting into this kind of genre, and it's a big umbrella, the Americana.
I know it.
But you were in punk bands. But what
Yeah.
attracted you in the first place? Was it a song to do what you do, or to get out in
Oh,
the music
man.
world? A song, something on the radio, or
Yeah,
something you
you know,
saw on TV?
I think I took a long break from music, and you know, like you said, I grew up playing in punk rock bands and things like that, and that was a blast. And I never really took it too seriously, and went away to undergrad and grad school and things like that. And I guess my sort of first steps into this genre, you know, honestly, I can remember the night I was in a dorm room working on a project late at night, and a good friend of mine put on a fellow named Blind Lemon Jefferson, who was this old Texas bluesman, and from like the late 20s. And you know, I was familiar with blues, what I thought was blues, you know, growing up, and that sort of style of blues that I was familiar with from the 80s and 90s just never really resonated with me. But when I heard this you know, its roots, I was just blown away. And I think I've thought about it a lot since then, and I think what really grabbed me was just this really kind of rawness and this ugliness that was happening, you know, and like it was just emoting. And you know, I think for me it resonated because of my roots playing punk rock music, and you know, not, you know, and that itself, that was just about emotion and making noise and getting, you know, being angsty and things like that. And so I feel like, to me anyways, what drew me into that music was that hollering, that howling, and that pain, you know. And so that sort of like introduced me to the old bluesmen, and of course, you know, it's a very quick road to Woody Guthrie and the Carter family and all those greats. And
So you did delve into those old field
Oh,
recordings
yeah.
of
Oh,
Alan Lomax.
well, it's
and-
and that's honestly was the next step for me. I remember I was given I think it was Smithsonian Folkways. They did like a 4-disc or
Yeah.
set, I think, of
The collection
yeah,
of it.
field recordings.
Mhm.
And yeah, I was given that, I think, for my birthday or something like that. And man, it was just, it leveled me, you know,
Yeah.
like this so rich in texture and culture, and yeah, I loved it to death.
The
Yeah.
real deal.
Yeah.
As are you. It is the Bones of J.R. Jones live from Studio A. And tell us, before going into the punk bands, was there something there as well growing up that you saw something on television, or, you know, just starting to get into this, to playing? What was
Yeah,
your first
well,
instrument?
so there were a lot of things, you know. I think from like we'll say from like the technique base or whatever, just like the pure, just the practical side of learning an instrument. My mother was a classical pianist, and she was kind of mandated in our household growing up that my brothers and I all had to learn the piano from 6 to 13, you know. And after 13, we could decide what we wanted to do, but we had to
Cool.
we had to stick with it for 7 years. And so that definitely, in terms of just like the theory and things like that, that was sort of my avenue for that. But you know, like I think about, and as much as I still play piano and love the classics and things like that, you know, I think what kind of like lit the fire in me as a musician, you know, I remember, and I don't mean to keep referencing old recordings, but
all right.
I was given, and it's not even that old, honestly, Bruce Springsteen's Born in the USA on cassette. And, man, I was probably only 5 or 6 years old, but I wore that out to the point, you know, like the cassette tapes would warble, you know, and you have to wind it back up because it gets so loose and things like that. And, yeah, that...
Pencil eraser. Or
Yeah, exactly. You put your, yeah, exactly. And that record still resonates with me beyond words, you know. And of course, you know, whatever your tastes change and things like
Right.
that. I'm more of a Nebraska album these days, but yeah.
Cool.
So that for me, like even listening to those tracks now still gets me going.
Right.
Yeah.
So did your mom? You said your mom was a teacher, right? Did she?
Yeah, she was. Yeah, yeah.
Did she teach you and your brother, or did you have to go to a different?
We had our
teacher.
own teacher. Yeah,
Yeah.
different teacher. Yeah, I think for her sanity and
That's what I was wondering.
the health of our family, yeah, it was better that she didn't. I mean, she would help us out, but yeah, we
Right.
had our own
You went
instructor.
elsewhere.
Yeah.
Well, it's a pleasure to meet you, and
Likewise.
thank you so much for taking the time, and congratulations on everything
Oh,
and
thank you.
this new album.
Yeah, appreciate it.
It's The Bones of J.R. Jones. He's got one more for us. Slow Lightning is out now. And what are you going to take us out with?
Since we're such good friends, I thought I would actually try something new, if that's all right. something-
Absolutely. Is this a radio debut kind of thing?
It is,
All right.
absolutely. Yeah, actually, I didn't even think about that. Now the pressure's really on.
Now we're better friends.
And the song's called "The Devil."
Oh, I hope my car starts tonight. Hope I can run from you. We are caught in this firefight. Honey, I didn't know what else to do. You're the devil. You're just the devil in me. Oh, I lost another job today. I didn't want to give my life away. I'm still broken out of pain. I swear I'll always be your man, man, man. Oh. 'Cause I'm the devil. I'm just the devil in you. Know my heart. Oh. And I don't care if we burn out. I don't care if we disappear. And if you're the death of me, at least I knew some of it was real. 'Cause you're the devil. You're just the devil in me. I'm the devil. I'm just the devil